All right, let's dive right into one of the biggest questions imaginable. Where do your thoughts actually come from? We're going to explore a really fascinating answer from a visionary text that says the source, well, it isn't inside your head at all.
I mean, seriously, think about it. It feels like our thoughts are ours, right? That they just bubble up from inside our own minds. It feels like we are the source. But what if that feeling, that whole sense of generating our own thoughts, is actually just a beautiful illusion? So here's the core idea, the big shift in perspective. This framework suggests that your mind, your consciousness, your very sense of being alive, isn't something you have. It's something you are constantly, moment by moment, receiving. To really get our heads around this, we have to start at the very beginning, at the source. And the foundational concept here is something called the doctrine of influx. Trust me, it completely reframes what it even means to be alive. So what in the world is influx? Well, imagine life isn't like a battery you're born with that just kind of runs down over time. Instead, picture it as a constant stream, an endless river flowing from a spiritual source. Kind of like how our sun is always streaming out light and heat. The point is, we don't make life, we're just vessels for it. This single line, it changes everything, doesn't it? It shifts us from being the authors of our own story to being, well, the pages the story is written on. And according to this text, the feeling that my life is my own is a super important illusion, one that's given to us so we can live and act and feel like free individuals. And this gives us the perfect analogy to understand it. Think of that universal life, that influx, as being like water. It's the same water for everybody, but your unique mind, your personality, your memories, that's the vessel. It receives that same universal flow but gives it a totally individual shape. And that shape? That's you. That's your consciousness. Okay, so if life is this constant flow, what's it flowing into? What's the design of the thing that's receiving it? Well, this text lays out a really incredible blueprint for the mind itself. So the mind isn't just one big blob. It's described as having 3 distinct levels, or degrees, like a 3-story house. We all have all 3, but they aren't all turned on from the start. We all operate from the natural mind. That's our ground floor, how we deal with the world. But those higher levels, the spiritual and the celestial, they have to be actively opened. And this is the key. You don't just learn enough facts to graduate to the next level. It's not a ladder you climb. It's a fundamental shift. The text says it's more like you're walking around on the first floor, and then suddenly a door opens and you find yourself on the second. It's a total transformation in how you see everything. Okay, so we've got divine life flowing into this 3-level mind, but how does any of that connect to the trees and the animals and the coffee cup on your desk? This is where the next huge idea comes in, and it's called the doctrine of correspondence. You ready for this? According to this worldview, nothing in nature is an accident. Nothing is meaningless. The entire physical universe is actually a symbolic language. Every mountain, every river, every organ in your body is a physical stand-in, a correspondent, for a deeper spiritual truth. This is where the world around us becomes this incredible book that we can learn to read. So, the physical sun we see, it corresponds to divine love and wisdom. A mountain isn't just a pile of rocks. It's a symbol for a higher state of love. Your heart doesn't just pump blood. It represents your deepest desires, your will. Suddenly, the whole world is alive with meaning. So let's put all the pieces together. We've got this divine influx, we've got a structured mind to receive it, and we have a symbolic world all around us. How does this actually affect our lives? Well, it all leads to a single, profound choice that shapes not just our reality now, but our eternal state. This is where it all clicks. That divine influx is shaped by the vessel of your mind, basically by what you love and what you believe. This means your inner world acts like a pair of glasses, a filter that colors everything you see. 2 people can look at the exact same situation, but because their inner form is different, they will see and experience 2 completely different realities. And this brings us to the ultimate consequence. In this view, heaven and hell aren't places you get sent to as a reward or punishment. No, they are simply the external manifestation of the inner life you chose to build. The exact same divine flow of love is experienced as comforting warmth by a soul that loves others, but as a burning, suffocating torment by a soul that only loves itself. And this quote just drives that point home. It's a complete reframing of judgment. According to this text, we choose our own reality. People naturally gravitate toward whatever is in harmony with their deepest loves, whether that's a reality of connection and joy or one of isolation and misery. So when you put it all together, what do you have? It's really more than just a set of strange beliefs. It's a proposal for a fundamentally different way of seeing and experiencing reality itself.
So let's just quickly recap the pillars of this whole system. First, life isn't ours, it flows into us. Second, our minds are these amazing multi-level vessels designed to receive that life. Third, the physical world we see isn't the real deal. It's a mirror reflecting a deeper spiritual reality. And finally, our choices, what we choose to love, create the very lens through which we see everything, shaping our world now and forever.
And that's the real question this worldview leaves us with, isn't it? If the reality you experience every day is just a reflection of your own inner state, it kind of makes you stop and think, what do you see in that mirror? And what does that reflection say about you?